exploring was how everything that's happening is actually love, right? And that you hear it's all love. And we were exploring how is guilt. Is that really love? And so we looked quite closely at these and explored. We explored addiction, we explored guilt, we explored, what all did we explore?
Intimacy.
Intimacy?
And fear.
Fear, right? Claustrophobia. Really regular human things. Human happenings, right? Common to all of us. Some things and others not. Not everybody experiences claustrophobia. I didn't experience claustrophobia fully until I got married the second time. So that's pretty funny. I felt a little trapped. What did I do? And it was perfect because I had myself to find my way. How can I, because obviously the adrenaline that brings up wasn't good for my body. And if it happened, such an exhaustion after of all that adrenaline and my body having to deal with that, the chemicals, and noticing that the chemical response to it, right? So once something's engaged, it just is. And so even in this stateless state of where consciousness is aware of itself in each moment, it's not that such happenings don't happen. It's that you're with them quite differently because it's always love inviting, right? Always love inviting. And hearing that and saying that, right? It's always love inviting, no matter what it looks like, right? There was a gentleman on Friday about being attacked by his son and the helplessness that he couldn't support him and how, but at the root of that was his heart because he wanted to support him, right? He wouldn't be feeling helpless without love. So it's to look for the love within whatever it is that's happening. In anger, in jealousy, all of it. Irritation, frustration, all these blicky bits of parts of what happens in life explored is love. And so today, there's that exploration, and that's here because it's already happened, in this space of what we've called this weekend of Satsang, right? Because it's created a container here of energetics. And so that part, I'm pointing to it because it magnifies that aspect of those people who were here and the truth of that and so forth. It brings that forward in consciousness. We don't have to really do anything. Just speaking of it, suddenly, right? You say white elephant, what happens? Exactly like that. So we're just pointing to that, an inclusion and a wonderful magnification. And what my heart loves to support in people is a recognition of love. Like that. This is love too, right? So at any moment that there's something going on, this is love too, and it's meeting it in curiosity. Because if you're meeting it, prove it to me, well, you probably be proved too, but it's a little harder to hear it, and it can be a little more rough. Whereas curiosity, well, how is this love? How could this be love? How could rape be love? Right? And even this, explored each person, not as a generality. As soon as we get into generalities and, then that's a nice safe distance from what's intimate, what's in your direct experience, to sit there and say, oh, this is bad, this is good, and so forth, right? Good, bad, ugly, beautiful, it's all love. So the inclusion of all of that, today's invitation is about even the air is love. The chair that's holding you here. And allowing yourself just now to relax into this. The possibility. Feel it. Is it possible that love is holding you here like this right now? There's no glue that holds the molecules that's dancing here as you together. There's an energetic to this that's you're being held. Behold, right? Beloved, you're being loved. It's the scariest part of being human. People actually allowing the reality that you're being held. You're being loved right now. And relaxing open to this. Letting the sound of the rain embrace you and support you to relax open to just what's here. It's so close, right? It's close. Could it get any closer? Feel your blood. Unconditionally here for you. Your heart beating. You're not making your heart beat. It just does. For you. Right here. The blood runs through this system. Life. Just like this. Breathing. Prana gives space for even more. And this is available every moment. It's just remembering to look. You might be on a bus, right? An airplane. In an airport, it's busy, right? Just even 2 moments, whatever that means. Right? How big is a moment? It's giving yourself that space to allow love to be revealed right here, right now. The more this is allowed, the more it's magnified, the more it's seen. And the friendlier, the more loving life gets. How could I not love that for all of us, right? And the beauty of opening to love directly like this is whatever energetics might be held in the system, they'll rise up, they'll be seen, and so you'll get to meet them. Right? So it's not always about however what we've known as love. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Right? Sometimes love hurts. And it's like even this, relaxing open to that. Trusting love. And you can move more freely as the love that you are. How could you not be loved if it's in your blood loving you? Right? This heartbeat. Where can you separate from this? You cannot. Your laughter, your tears, love and expression. At home here first, primera, right? And then, once this space is given here, in recognition of love, you cannot help but see love in everyone, in everything. The sound, texture. So any idea that something's not loving, look again. Let that be the flagging in the moment that loves up to something and attempting to get your attention. supporting you to more freedom of more love. Wouldn't you say? Yeah? In exploring what didn't look like love. Right? Was love, is love. But in letting go of whatever that containment of calling it guilt or jealousy or pain, suffering, that's just there so we can see it, so we can find it, right? Because all of this is a free-flowing, energetic happening. All of this. There's no, we're not separate from all of it. We share the same moment with all of the universe simultaneously, right? We know this. It's just practical stuff I'm talking about. When you phone somebody from Toronto, they're apparently in another time zone, but when you're talking with them, you know that you're in the same moment together, right? So we are in the same moment as everyone in Syria. Right now. We're sharing the moment. So whatever's happening with them is also happening somewhat with us. If it shows up, right? It's not to, unless it occurs to you to pointedly include whatever. So when you're allowing love to reveal itself to you, to let yourself be touched by love, like this, and like this, and like this, right? Is there an effect with those people that are in a totally different sphere of happenings, of bombings and running and survival? How beautiful. What a gift. What a gift. We've been given this unconditionally because here we are. We're part of the oneness. We already belong because we exist. There's nothing about deserving it or not deserving it. It is. It's a fact. Here you are. Therefore, part of the majesty of all that is. Love speaking herself like this. Awareness, aware of all that is in each moment. And it's just gently opening and allowing this. Right? Because love is gentle and tender, and sometimes it's pretty wild. But in the consciousness of your own opening, where you decide or choose to open to this, it can be just gentle, right? There's no rush here, right? The moment doesn't actually have time to it. So this trust that love is here with you already. Even though it could appear that there's a looking for love, it's really an opening to what's already here. It's at the base. All of the other stuff's at play. So I like to call that the surface details, but connected in the center of no center, just here, because look for a center, what? You can't find one. And yet there's something that's happening that's being perceived where you are, and where you are, and where you are. And the blend of how you're receiving love is perfect for all, because you exist. It's already happening this way. You're alone in your perception of love. You're not alone. Completely connected to everyone, everywhere. The past as well, right? The future meets here, now. Relaxing open to that. Yeah. Too bad I didn't record that, but maybe you recorded that there. Few gizmos, just in case, because alrighty. Well, actually, you know what? I'll if I forget after the toning, can someone remind me maybe to turn that on? It's just another backup. It's a support to love, to the recognition of love. Because you're love, revealing love, to love. That's it. That's the game. That's the play. So these sounds, I'm going to allow some toning sounds to come through. They're just part of Satsang with Canela I'd like to offer. These toning sounds, to receive them in support of yourself, in ever more deepening, because it's a happening, right? It's not, there's no, just like this here, you know, it's a happening, it's part, and then it's done, and then the next thing's happening. The moments are a domino effect, one after the other, always changing. It's a complete movement of expression of love. So these sounds then in support of each person here, in deepening, in this direct experiencing of being loved in each moment. How does that sound? Does everybody have a yes for that?
Yes.
Yes? Does anybody have a no? Okay, everybody's yes. So you've already said yes, that part's done. You get to just relax and be with these sounds as they come along. No work, nothing to do, right?